So welcome to Bunny's Designs. I'm working in Daydreams with Hannah Karlzon, and it's fairly good quality paper this. So this is my vintage set of Derwent watercolour pencils, and I'm scratching colour into them, and I'm doing them a slightly different way than I normally do. I'm putting white first and then a colour, and then I'm putting a very deep dark colour in the centre. So it's kind of really making these colours very deep. And I'm actually using white. So we've got white pencil on the tip, and then I'm blending that with a damp brush into the bottom corner of each leaf, and it's giving me a slightly different effect than I normally have. Normally I take a little bit of colour and I stretch it out to make it into a watercolour, a very soft watercolour, but I wanted to show just how strong these ordinary pencils were. So I said, scribbled a bit of white, and then I'm actually using a number 3 brush. I want to use a number 1 brush really. So activating the white first that I scribbled on, and then so I always said I'd never use white, so now I've got to find a use for it. So scribble the white in, and then get darker and darker. And I quite like, for this one, I'm not sure what colour I'm going to use. I used indigo for that one. I don't know whether I'm going to use the same dark colour. I might use a brown actually. I might use a chocolate brown colour for this dark leaf. So activate the white first, and I'll zoom in and then we can see what I'm doing. So a damp brush, activating the white, manipulating that dark colour to make it very deep. Every time you've got to wash your brush, because when you've used the green, you've contaminated your brush. You do have green paint on the brush, so you have to take it off if you want the end to be pure white. So you have to wash your brush every time and then dry it on a baby wipe. So that's what I do when I am off camera every time. Very strong colour. And then I'm dunking in my little ink pot of water and twisting it to a point. And then activating another one. So I've got white on there, dragging that down and activating the dark. And it's quite a strong colour. These Derwent watercolour pencils are very, very strong colours. They are a watercolour, so you can do washes with them. You can do them on a lovely wash, on watercolour paper. They're so versatile. A little bit wetter than I normally work that. It's always difficult in corners and on edges of on the edge there. Oopsie. I think I've got them all. Just see if I've got that top one. Activate the white. Manipulate that down to colour. So it's one or two I can miss quite easily, but you can tell. So I really like those colours. So what I did here is I did the white and the pink, and then I've got another colour in there, a darker one. For the stems I did chocolate, for the outside I did carmine, I did a darker brown for the hair, but I'd probably do a darker one still. For the flowers I did burnt carmine. For the green I did indigo, so I think I'm going to use chocolate again for this one, so it's going to be a very dark colour. Just have a look. I think I'm going to use yes, I don't want blue grey. I don't want a different blue. I think I'm going to use chocolate. So it's completely dry. I'm just going to scratch just a little bit of this colour into there, and it's a little bit harder work to do, is to scratch colour into these areas. But that's going to really darken this area up. And it just gives it that little bit of a deeper colour. Doesn't want to be so wet, just enough to give it a little bit of oomph, to make those leaves look quite dark on the insides. Don't really want to lose that dark. olive green that we had. But it's going to sharpen those edges up a bit. So do each one, which can be a bit tedious, but this is not a fast way to do things. This is to get a really nice effect. It's not a quick fix, this one. This is to get some really nice blends going. And that's just darkened up some of them so they look a bit darker. So we've got some toadstools there, and we've got some toadstools here. I think these are going to be red. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those colours, but I think this one's definitely going to be a red one. So I need a kind of a red. I think we'll go orange, red and brown on this one then. So we kind of want an orange and then a red. Rather than pink, I think we need a very dark burnt umber, I think, this time. And I'm using white as well, so where's my white gone? It's not white. Oopsie. So I've got scribble the white on first. And then we'll have this is where it just gets that a little bit difficult for me. So normally I put a little bit of colour one colour becomes different tones and shades. But here I'm scratching a lot of colour on. Um, so it's a bit bigger space than the other ones, so I'm going for a number 3. Excuse me. A number 3 rigger. And activate the white first. So we've got a good amount of white going on. And then kind of move into the yellow, orange, sorry. By the time you get down here, you are picking up a very strong red. And having quite a nice blend. So I quite like that. It's just a nice soft excuse me, blend to nothing. I quite like that. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it underneath yet. I think I'm going to go for this blue-grey. Oh, I didn't want the blue-grey there, did I? No. I think I could possibly get that a little bit stronger. So the next one has a spider on it, so again I've got this white. white out. It's just nice to just kind of blend all this together. Left with that really nice strong red, which kind of sits up all on its own. So again, I like the vibrant colours. So we've got kind of white on top. We've got the orange. So you can do this two ways. You can scratch over the top, or you can blend it backwards. And you can still put more red on because it's watercolour, so you can work on top. But as soon as you touch these colours, they become very, very vibrant. So there's a little one on the end. Excuse me, we'll do that little one now. So you can blend these as a pencil. You can blend them, or you can scratch colour down and use a damp brush. And I really like this way of working. There's two little ones down there. Do these two. Excuse me. So what you could do is just do this. And you could leave it if you wanted. come back with it another day and do the colouring in with a watercolour pencil. With a water brush, and you can manipulate it with a water brush. So I've come down to a number 1 this time, manipulating it into. But again, I can't touch anything on here now because it's a watercolour. I have to clean the brush, and I can reactivate it so that the white is on the brush, so it takes that yellow paler, then darker and darker. Introduce the red, so we've got the red, very red at the bottom. If you bring that back up, you will lose the white. I think we possibly could go I really like doing this. It makes me cheers me out, and it makes me nice colours. No, and so I really like doing this. I've just taken, so I've just, it's a watercolour, so you can do that. So this is another small part of this this colour book page that I've done. I was hoping to finish it. I think this small part shows the mushrooms, how to do the mushrooms. And the colours I've used is white, geranium lake, and orange chrome in the middle. It seems to work quite well, that. I think I'm going to carry on with the same coloured mushrooms, otherwise I think it'll look rather strange. Might do that clump different, but I think that these two have got to be the same. So this one's got a beetle on it. bit of orange. And because this is watercolour, and once it's dried, you can go back in and you can strengthen colours if you want to. You just have to think that it is not watercolour paper, it's ordinary paper, so you've just got to be that little bit careful with it. But going back over the bottom layer, is, and you're scribbling quite hard now because you want a solid layer, and that's something that I find quite difficult. So I'm going to number 3 brush because if I could find it. That's where it was. So we'll start with the number 1. And then the orange to be brighter. Then we mix it in with the red. And then by the time we activate that pure red, it's very rich and dark. So again we activate the white. Blend up a little bit with the yellow and then blend down. Then activate the red. And then when we pan out, you'll find a very bright collection of mushrooms, and I think we might just get away with a different kind of section there. So they're very bright colours, these. This is what I wanted from these particular pencils rather, and these are all the colours that I've used. Oopsie, just about to lose my floor. And here. So I need to leave the white one out because I'll be using it. And I think I'm going to go from what colour reds? I do like the carmine. I think the reds, from red to dark red, I think would be quite good. To the pinky red, I think we'll go for that. So I need to get rid of one of those. I'm going to get rid of that one. should be another red somewhere. So if I'm really not sure, I can try that red to that red with the white on top. So we've got white to red to pinky red to reddy red. And I can have a look at that and see if I like it. If I don't like it, I can change it. So we could go white. I think this is probably what that one is. Yeah, so I don't think I want to do the same. I don't think so. Let's have a look. White. Because it's and that's something that I haven't done here. Look, I don't think I've activated this one. I've drawn on it, not activated it. You can tell the difference because once you've activated it into a watercolour, it becomes extremely vibrant. And then we want the burnt carmine on the edges. So I think I like the orangey reds best actually. So I think we're going to go that colour and then this colour and then the reddy colour. And number one brush for that size. Activate the white, drag it down to the orangey red, straight down to the pinky red. So again, I kind of like that. So just zoom in, we'll have a quick go with this one. Do this section of mushrooms. So we've got white on top, and then we've got a bit of orangey red, and then we'll put the dark one on there. So activate that one, draw in that one, draw up that one, and give that deep colour to there. So I activate the white, come down into that one. So this is a new blending technique that I've just kind of made up, but I think it works for certain colour books. It's got to be good quality paper. I did try, this is what I wanted to try blending in another colour book, and the pages were just that bit too thin, and I've actually started at the top, and I should have started at the top. You need to start at the top, because if you start at the bottom and blend up, you'll end up with no white. You have to do it this way around, so that then the darker colours blend with the darker colours, because they are so strong. They will drown all that white and all that really nice colour. So again, activate the white, and then just dip into that colour a little bit, and then get darker and darker until we end up with a really nice orangey red, and then we can get down to the reddy, the pinky red at the bottom. Last one, activate the white, blend that in, and then the last dark colour. I haven't done any stalks. I haven't done any stalks for those, but I really like those colours. It could maybe do with the tiniest which red do we put in there? We could have put Madder Carmine in. Yes, what we could do is just put a touch. Just a little bit dark. I'm not sure that's going to actually be dark enough. I think I would have liked it a little bit darker, but when that dries I can go back in and just put a little bit darker bit into there if I want to. So that was Deep Vermilion number 14, Geranium Lake and Chinese White. So that's what the page looks so far, and they're just ordinary Derwent watercolour pencils, and they're Derwent ink 10s, and they are just as vibrant, if not more so, but they are a watercolour. So thank you for watching.